Well, 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 we are getting so absolutely close to Christmas. Wow, can you believe it? I mean, it's just right here a couple days away. And I haven't even gotten your present yet. That's just what's so crazy about this. I will be shopping hard. I promise I will, probably on Christmas Eve. But anyway, we're here together today. I'm so glad to be with you. And I want to say thank you for sharing these 12 days and characters of Christmas with me during this season. Today we come to probably the anti-hero, the antagonist of the entire story, and that is a man by the name of Herod. Herod kind of got involved in this story on two ends. Number one, he was the one who received the Magi, or the wise men that came from the east. As a matter of fact, they came to him first and said to him, because he was seen as the great king leader of the area underneath the Roman Empire, he was seen as the cultural charge of the people in charge. Maybe not politically, but influentially, and in the realm of the Jews and the people who lived in the area. And so here's Herod, he's sitting on the throne, he's coming to the end of his tenure, the end of his career. As a matter of fact, he's not going to last much longer. And he's feeling a little bit of the pressure of his age, and he's feeling a little bit of the pressure of sickness that he was dealing with. And these wise men come to him and they said, hey, we're looking for this one, listen to this, who is born King of the Jews. Now, let's just say you were at work one day and somebody came and said, hey, I'm looking for your replacement. How would that make you feel? You go, wait a minute, who is this? So Herod, it affected Herod emotionally and internally, but he was smarter than just to let his cards be shown on the table. Herod said, wow, there's a new king? I mean, in his mind, he's saying, I'm Herod the Great, and then other of his lineage would come after him. But I'm Herod the Great. I am the one who's known as the king of this arena. And I've heard nothing about anybody replacing me. My sons aren't ready, and I haven't deemed anybody ready. But you go ahead and tell me the story. So they told him the story. And as they told him the story, it began to unfold that they received a message to follow this star, and this star would take them to one who was born King of the Jews. Herod said, this is very, very interesting. What I want you to do is I want you to be my ambassadors. I want you to be my representatives, and I want you to go find this child and then tell me where he is, because I want to come and I want to give him honor as well. I want to worship him. And so the wise men left him to go and find this baby, Jesus. Now, Jesus had been born for quite some time. This was not just the night of the birth, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks after. Joseph and Mary had settled in Bethlehem and even had a home that they were living in. And the wise men came to their home. But when they were in this process of finding Jesus and being with Jesus, they all three had the same dream. And the same dream was a correct dream, that this Herod was out for no good. As a matter of fact, he was a danger to this one they were coming to give gifts to, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, that would then later, without being known to them or even Mary and Joseph, finance Mary and Joseph's transition to Egypt and let them set up household in Egypt, because they had the valuable goods to do that with. So they went home another way after being warned in this dream about Herod. When the wise men didn't come back, Herod got suspicious. He began to say, okay, if there's somebody out there that's going to take my place, I'm going to make sure that I subvert that I go under that I go around that. So he gave an edict that all babies, male babies, 2 years old and under in that region would be killed. He didn't want anybody taking his place. He thought he was the cat's meow, so to speak. So he wanted to make sure that Jesus was not going to have any future whatsoever. Again, a supernatural event. Mary and Joseph were warned about this, and they left for Egypt with the valuable goods and the finance that was provided them and the provision that was provided them by the Magi, by the wise men. And then when they heard that Herod had died sometime later, As a matter of fact, he died of stomach cancer. They were able to go back and go to Galilee. Now, the reason they went back to Galilee, where this whole story originated in Nazareth, is because Herod's son was crazier than Herod, so to speak, and those who took over for him, and they went to the northern part of Judea, where Herod's reign and Herod's family's reign was not intact. They were just under the protectorate of the Roman Empire, and the ambassadors of the Roman Empire in that area, and they weren't under Herod's rule in Nazareth. So you see how all this came together. But where are we in this story, and where is the story in us in this story? Well, let me say this. Every one of us have an enemy to our soul that anticipates our future and wants to subvert it and divert us from that future, even taking us out of the picture, if at all possible. So this Christmas, I want you to know that God's got your back. As we talked about the other day, there's angels that are protecting you, but you've got to put yourself all in to the kingdom of God so that the kingdom of God is all in for you. I'm Phil Underwood wishing you a Merry Christmas, and remember, you got a Herod and you better get away. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.